Hello, dear heart, and welcome to this reading. So happy to have you here. The lyrics that my guides want me to share with you come from Stand in the Light by Jordan Smith, and they go like this. This is who I am inside. This is who I am. I'm not going to hide, because the greatest risk we'll ever take is by far to stand in the light and be seen as we are. So I am channeling someone who has hidden themselves away, who they really are in their authenticity, for a lifetime. And the reason they do that is because they see the truth of who they are as bad. And the message coming in from my guides for this reading is you were programmed to see who you are as bad, but it's actually not. It's not. It's who you really are. And they want you to step into that, to know that you can be who you are in your authenticity and be light and be good. And anyone who taught you otherwise was way out of line. Gosh, the readings have been so emotional today. Holy cow. Yeah. So this is really hurt for a lifetime to hide yourself away. And it's caused so much damage because when we live misaligned from our authenticity, when we don't show up in this world the way our soul wanted to, it causes physical illness. It can cause mental illness. It can cause malfunctions in our life, things not working out, relationships, careers. I mean, I don't know what this is. Actually, I feel like I am channeling someone who comes from a religious background because of the message they want me to share from this book. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to share the message. This comes from a book that I wrote, and it's called Always Worthy. And let's see. I'll read the passage they wanted me to share, and it says, "To the single mother who is frantic because her child lost his Sunday shoes and they're going to be late for church again, you are always worthy. To the father who feels so much shame because he's struggling to provide for his family and serve church callings, you are always worthy. To the souls who have big questions and don't feel comfortable subscribing to all the church's teachings and doctrines, you are always worthy. To the children who have taken their lives because what they feel in their heart is not accepted in the faith of their family, you, dear heart, were always worthy. To the people who have lost themselves in substance abuse because they do not know any other way to cope with their pain, you are always worthy. To the couples who are facing divorce due to differing beliefs, you are both worthy. To those who look for love, acceptance, and compassion in all the wrong places, you are always worthy. To those who believe if they just try harder, pray harder, study harder, give more, and have more faith, then they could be good enough, you are always worthy. To the parents who feel responsible for a wayward child, you are always worthy, and so is your child. To the man who finally reaches the higher levels of the priesthood, you are always worthy. To the soul who feels so much shame for the privileges taken away due to what the church deems to be a mistake, you are always worthy. To those who do not have enough funds to feed their families and pay 10% of their income to the church, you are always worthy. To those who feel the weight of the world on their shoulders and are asked to serve another calling that they're too afraid to refuse, you are always worthy. To those who have been shamed for their trauma and want to curl inside of themselves and hide forever, you are always worthy. To the LGBTQ plus community, you are always worthy. To the woman who has shut down her dreams to fill the roles the church demands of her, you are always worthy. To those who finally get to enter the temple so their family can be sealed together forever, your family was already bound and connected to you on a spiritual level with energetic cords and love that are unbreakable before you ever set foot in that building. You are always worthy of these sacred connections. To those who have felt like their life and experiences are the real tragedy and that it might be better if they were no longer here, you are always worthy, and you are not a tragedy, you are a gift." So I feel like I'm channeling someone who grew up in a religious situation and they were taught what is of worth and what isn't, and they were taught over and over and over again these really toxic teachings that tore themselves away from who they really are, because this yeah, the situation you were raised in was dysfunctional. You were not taught truth. You were not taught love. You were not taught how to love yourself. And right now, you may be knowing that. You may know this, or you're coming to this understanding. It may have been a long road to get here. You know, this could be a lifetime of rejection, self-rejection, and pain. We have the Nine of Wands here. This is the wounded warrior. And I don't think people understand how much damage can happen to a mind, a soul, and a body when they're taught lies about who they are for a lifetime. Like, especially in religion, this starts in childhood, you know? That's when our minds are moldable and programmable, you know? Sorry. They start very, very young to do this. And your guides are saying, even though you've been through this, okay, the Queen of Pentacles came out in the center of both of these cards, really like that. And she's standing in the light of who she is. And she's saying, you can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. But I'm still going to show up as I truly am. Because that's what I came here to be. And I feel like, yeah, and you're taking your power back, your power to define yourself, your power to be who you are. There's a lot of energy behind this reading. When there's a lot of energy behind something, I feel, I call them my angels, but I feel tinglies on my head. There's so much energy coming through here to tell you that who you are, you know? If you're a part of the LGBTQ community, that's exactly who you should be. Gosh. You know, if you want to show up different than everyone in your circle, if you have different opinions, different ideas, if you want to live differently than the way they taught you, that's exactly who you should be.